Just about 15 minutes ago, we put a thermometer in the car, and it's already reading over 120 degrees. But neighbors say the 14-year-old boy actually ran across the street to his neighbor's house. The house I'm standing at right now, I was told that the safe shelter was actually in between this garage and where all this damage is. There were multiple people inside, which means they were only feet away from the damage when the tornado hit. Now, if we walk this way, you could see that this home has entirely shifted off its foundation. It's leaning to the right now, which means 2 of these trucks will be dedicated only to the residents of Yukon. This is where the officers were standing when they had to catch the baby, and if we pan up, you could see that's about a 20-foot drop from the second floor. Brian, if we walk over this way, you could also see another car damaged right over here. They've been knocking out this concrete of the damaged bridge, and to give you an idea, this is the heavy material that they're working with, so it's going to be a lot of hard work over the next couple of days into next week. This was once a window, completely knocked in from the pressure from that tornado, and you could see the insulation from his house just blown into his truck. It's a lot of damage, a lot of cleanup that he's going to have to deal with. Now, I also spoke to Brad's next door neighbor. She is an 8th grade science teacher at Elk City Schools, and she says she and a lot of her students that live here have a long road to recovery. But I think we can go down and make a couple more rounds before the snow melts. How about it? You want to go? Yeah. All right, let's do it. All right, for now, live on the scene on the story, Tiffany Liou sledding down a hill, new sign. Woo! Oh my gosh. No.
Oh,
what?
I started out at 12 on the stage.
A musician from the town of Vera, Oklahoma.
Through the years, I've played in several bands.
Jonathan Chasteen.
It's my comfort zone. I mean, when I get behind a microphone, I feel at home. It's just perfect.
He came all the way to Oklahoma City to watch the man who inspired him to play.
That was my first Garth concert.
His wife decided to make this sign. It reads, "My husband is a musician because of you."
I told her not to because I didn't think they would allow it in.
But they did, and Garth noticed.
What do you mean because of Garth? What is that?
He pulled Jonathan on stage.
Come here.
He asked me if I wanted to play one of his songs or one of my songs, and I'm thinking, no, I don't want to do one of your songs. I didn't want to mess it up.
He soloed in front of a sold-out arena.
To hear the crowd after I was finished singing was just a dream come true, let alone being up on stage with my idol.
And then he got his lifelong dream. A duet with Garth Brooks.
Garth told me he loved me.
But his night wasn't over that quickly. Before Jonathan got off stage,
He asked me what kind of guitar that I had, and I told him that I had an Epiphone acoustic. He goes, huh.
Would it upset you if I told you to take that one and play?
Best thing I've ever played. Most beautiful, crisp tone I've ever heard. It is awesome. It's his signature guitar that he specifically made. That's always been a dream of mine, but I just never thought it would come true.
in Vera, Tiffany Liou, News 9.
It's closing time. We're standing right here.
Ricardo Rostro.
I had just finished sweeping my garage, standing right here. I heard Quincy coming down from his uncle's house.
Every day like clockwork.
I'm the cool guy on the corner. That's what he called me.
12-year-old Quincy rode his dirt bike eastbound past Ricardo's house, including Wednesday.
I was the only one out here. There's nobody out here.
Ricardo says a car going west the other way didn't see Quincy on his bike.
And I ran to go see if Quincy was okay.
He saw the SUV turn left and hit the boy.
It was just
Quincy is at the hospital.
He was extraordinary.
It was amazing.
His parents, Christy and Dwayne, keep coming back to where the crash happened.
7:13 p.m., I believe. The sun is so high right above the trees, it's right in your eyes. I did it myself. That's why I know. The guy didn't see him. He didn't mean to, but he didn't see him.
He knows it was an accident.
I understand. I just want to hug him and tell him it's all right. I know getting well you didn't mean to hurt my boy.
And while he taught his son to ride carefully,
I know their family's hurting too, and I want to apologize to them because, you know, in reality, an off-road vehicle was not supposed to be on the street at that time.
he tells us Quincy is on life support for now.
We have decided when the sun's starting to go down, we're going to let God take over. And it's either going to be one crazy, crazy miracle that you've never heard of, or he's going to be up in heaven.
In Oklahoma City,
He's one of my best friends.
Tiffany Liou, News 9. Seeing all the donated hay bales makes Britt Hilton smile.
Words can't express how grateful we are.
Because he knows livestock is livelihood.
Probably around 1,500, maybe 2,000 hay bales here.
He has to keep his cattle fed and, well, plump.
That would feed a cow for several weeks.
Britt is the fifth generation of Barbie Farms. His great-great-grandfather established it in 1896. So all this, 45,000 acres, is his family's bread and butter. And I mean that literally. Their cattle graze the fresh grass for food. Lately, Britt says they're relying on hay. Not every patch looks this green.
We lost about 85% of our ground.
In fact, most of his acreage is destroyed
We've never seen anything of this magnitude.
by fire.
It was just fire everywhere.
35 heads of cattle are dead, plus 150 miles of fencing is damaged. Replacing it would cost over $1 million.
It's tough to see it burnt down, but
Then there are things that can't be replaced.
this was one of the old ranch schoolhouses.
Next to it is a home where his ancestors lived over a century ago.
A lot of our family has a lot of childhood memories here.
And there was no way for Britt to protect his own farm.
We're on the volunteer fire department.
He was one of the first firefighters in the front lines of Oklahoma's largest wildfire, while his property was burning.
We were all on those fire trucks for about 40 hours straight.
His family is just now starting to rebuild.
This recovery, I think, will take at least a year.
Britt is asking for a little gift from Mother Nature.
You know, we pray for rain every day, and when you see green grass coming, you're very hopeful.
In Beaver County,
It's hard not to shed a tear.
Tiffany Liou, News 9.
And this is what's left of it.
Nicole Gigger has lived in this home for more than a decade with her 5 daughters.
This was the couch that me and my babies were on.
I know it's hard to tell what's what from this video
I've been through hell today.
because everything is burnt to shreds.
You can kind of see the little pink. That was my baby's bassinet.
Nicole tells us she was changing her 6-month-old's diaper this afternoon.
A little while after that, I started smelling burnt wire.
And within seconds,
It was just smoke. And then all of a sudden, you could see the flames coming out of the room.
she grabbed her 2 kids who were home and ran out right away.
I'll pretty much watch my house burn.
Nicole tells us death was too close for comfort.
I've been up and down with my emotions right now. What's sadder is to knowing that it started in my kids' room.
Although everything in her home is destroyed,
I love you. Thank you.
there is kindness.
Diapers, clothes for the kids so they can have.
There is compassion.
Anything.
I
mean,
got
for
you.
anything, or those kids, whatever, I got you.
There is a light that brings Nicole hope.
And as you see, the sun is shining through all of this charred house, but it'll be all right.
Yep, that's me, decked out in brown. Spending the day with my new friend, Craig Johnston.
I deliver packages. I'm a delivery boy.
It's not an easy job.
They can be up to 150 pounds. These are light. These are the kind I like.
Craig really enjoys it.
Mr. Jason, how you doing, sir? I like seeing the customers. They're my friends. They're my business acquaintances, but they're also my friends too. Thank you. I'll be back.
His positive outlook is what keeps him going after 40 years with UPS.
I enjoy getting up and having a purpose.
Craig's hit a career milestone, but it's more like 2 million milestones.
At least 2 million, yes.
To give you perspective, he's driven 4 trips to the moon and back.
Really? That's quite a ways, isn't it?
Craig certainly experienced a lot.
I drove one car over 1 million miles.
It's safe to say
In 40 years, I've seen just about everything.
he even survived an EF3 tornado in his delivery truck.
All of a sudden, it was mud, rain, hail, rocks, grass, everything was
To
just
this day, Craig has shards of glass stuck on his body.
no big deal. Big ones came out.
Even through the wildest storm, this longtime driver never ceases to amaze me.
I am accident free.
Not even a fender bender.
Since 1976, yes ma'am.
Craig is ranked as one of the safest UPS drivers in Oklahoma. So we know we can trust Craig to do his job, but let's see if he can do mine.
On the scene, on the story, on the road in Tishomingo.
He's got it.
For Tiffany Liou, I'm Craig Johnston, News 9.